Hey people, it is Thursday, December the 8th. The time is 11:08 in the morning and it's currently 4 degrees Celsius. And I'm here on the corner of Yonge Street and Queen Street, right in the heart of downtown. And Queen Street is the northern boundary of what is considered the financial district in Toronto. So I thought I would take a walk around the perimeter of the financial district, which is generally regarded as being bounded by Yonge on the east, and as I mentioned, Queen on the north, Front on the south, and University Avenue on the west. But I personally tend to extend my definition of the financial district over to Victoria Street on the east. So I'll head over to Victoria Street. And then we'll start making our way south. Victoria Street seems to me that it fits in much more with the financial district south of Queen than it does with the downtown east neighborhood or the Old Town Toronto neighborhood, which is generally regarded as the neighborhood immediately east of Yonge Street. And as you walk south down Victoria Street, it does seem to fit in very well with the rest of the financial district. A number of old, early 20th century skyscrapers are on Victoria. There's a look west down Richmond Street. Some nicely preserved old buildings here that were incorporated into this relatively new condo development here. And I see that a new Rabba store is about to open here at the base of the building. Lombard Street. You could even make an argument that the financial district could extend over to Church Street, but I think Victoria Street is much more in keeping with the general look and feel of the rest of the financial district area. Which is characterized by canyon-like streets, Here we're at Adelaide Street. And here's one of the early skyscrapers to rise in the city. Of course, it's not very tall by modern standards, but over 100 years ago, that was definitely one of the most prominent buildings in the city. And another nice older one right over here on the corner of Toronto Street. And the Adelaide Street Canyon. You could also make the argument that the financial district might even extend south of Front Street now. Although that area has its own name, which is called the South Core. But there are quite a few office buildings now in the South Core, which have effectively extended the financial district into that area. The most prominent of the new office towers in the South Core is the CIBC Square building, which is a massive tower, and there's a second one just beginning construction right beside the first phase. Venerable old King Edward Hotel. And this is King Street. Along with Bay, this is usually considered to be the main street of the financial district. And this is Colburn Street. A very good example of the canyon-like streets you find in the area. Now this will take me right down to Front Street, but I'm going to take Wellington over to Yonge just so I can get a look at this nice new streetscape they have here. This is all dug up the last few years. And it's finally coming together. New sidewalks. And lots of nice brickwork here. New trees. We're still working on the other side of the street. Over there is the CIBC Square Tower. I suppose I could have crossed here. So there's a look up into the Yonge Street portion of the financial district with lots of old classic skyscrapers, over 100 years old, a few of those are. So now we'll just take Yonge down to Front, which will be the southern boundary of the financial district for this walk, even though I did mention that you could technically go down to Bremner Boulevard and count that as the new southern boundary. But just to keep things simple, I won't confuse these two neighborhoods. The South Core is its own thing, as is the financial district. Besides, I can't really walk down to Bremner Boulevard anyway, along Yonge Street. As you can see, there's construction work. So now we're on Front Street, heading west. This is the Dominion Public building we're just passing by. And all the buildings of the financial district sort of line up in a very imposing fashion here along the north side of Front Street. Get some nice views of the towers peeking through. You can see First Canadian Place over there. Commerce Court West. And of course, the Toronto Financial District is by far the biggest such area among all Canadian cities. The most office space and the tallest office towers. And it's also home to most of the big banks in Canada. Have their head offices located here, as well as insurance companies, accounting firms, law firms, all that sort of stuff that you expect to find in a big city financial district. Got the Royal Bank Plaza, beautiful office tower. That's over 40 years old now, but it still looks great. Have a look north up Bay Street. And over here you can see the previously mentioned CIBC Square Tower and its new companion being built right next door. And Union Station, conveniently located so that all the office workers can pour into the station at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. You often see a stampede of people leaving the office towers, making their way to their GO trains. Of course, the stampede is not quite as much as it used to be, given how many people are still working from home. It was quite the sight to see a few years ago. And it is coming back. We got some potential copyright music here, so I'll do my best to talk over it as we pass by the new skating rink here. They install this every winter, although the rink this year is a little bit bigger than in past years, which I suppose is a good improvement. A little more room to skate around and not bump into everyone else. And across the street is the Royal York Hotel, which is my favorite old classic hotel in the city. And that is nearing 100 years old. This is where royalty and celebrities would stay, and sometimes still do. I don't think it's the fanciest hotel in the city anymore, but it's certainly still very highly ranked. And this new office tower is pretty close to topping out. That's 160 front. And that one lies just a bit west of the western boundary of the financial district, which is University Avenue. So this is effectively extending the financial district a little bit further west. And you could argue that the Well office tower up ahead might even extend the financial district all the way to Spadina Avenue, but that might be stretching it a bit. And there you can see all the office towers in the South Core that I mentioned earlier. So now we're on University Avenue, heading north. And we have a nice shot of the CN Tower. Not in the financial district, but certainly still dominates everything around it. And I've always enjoyed the view of the new CIBC Square Tower from this location. And okay, I see what they have going on here. I have to take a little bit of a tour just to get through this area. Now, you could also argue that the financial district might extend as far west as Simcoe Street, because there is another RBC office tower just over this way, in addition to that new 160 front building, which is nearing completion. And there's the RBC tower I was speaking of.
I am not interested in bringing it out. If it's unless
So if you were to make a video claiming that Simcoe Street is the western boundary of the financial district, I wouldn't really argue. I might even do that myself in the near future, in a future video. Maybe I'll wait till the new 160 front office tower is completed. So now it's a straight shot up University to Queen Street. Unlike the other three boundaries, I don't think there's any question that Queen Street is the northern boundary of the financial district. There's really nothing north of Queen that effectively seems to extend the financial district beyond there. And here we are back at King. Here's Pearl Street. It's kind of a neat looking street, and it does extend into the financial district on the other side. Just one block though. Here we are crossing Adelaide. Look at that awesome canyon from the other side. I'm not sure from which side I think it looks better. It's almost a draw. And that new tower is looking really sharp. Once again, not in the financial district over there. That's the entertainment district. There's some very unusual public art here at the base of the Shangri-La Hotel, which is one of those newer, very upscale hotels that sort of surpass the venerable old Royal York in terms of its level of luxury. Richmond Street again. And now here we are at Queen. And now we're heading east on Queen, back towards where we began. We'll get one last look at the CN Tower.
Yes,
And wow, speaking in the financial district, here's a classic shot of the heart of the King and Bay area. Here you can see several of the TD Center Towers, First Canadian Place. You can see Scotia Plaza and Commerce Court West and the St. Regis Hotel and the Bay Adelaide Center. I was unable to capture that view since I didn't walk along King or Bay Street, but if you stand near the corner of King and Bay and look straight up, that's basically what you see. So this is the northern boundary along Queen Street. There's Osgood Hall. I heard there's some controversy with the grounds here because some of the old trees might have to be taken down near the corner over there to make room for part of the new Ontario Line subway. A new station that will be built there.
Okay, line. Parce que ton dernier message.
Let's get meet up with them first.
Here's Toronto City Hall and Nathan Phillips Square. So you can see that Queen Street does have a bit of a walled off effect here, with the financial district sort of looming over the street on this side, whereas north of Queen it's much more open feeling, largely due to Nathan Phillips Square being there and Osgood Hall. And there's Old City Hall. And while I didn't walk along Bay Street, we'll get a nice view looking right down Bay Street through the heart of the financial district.
I asked if it was long.
I'm going to have to wait for the light. This area can get very congested during rush hour. You'll often see traffic completely gridlocked down Bay Street. There's that view looking south down Bay.
Bigat-bigat.
And here's the Hudson's Bay Company store. With the holiday windows. And on this side of the street we have the south entrance to the Eaton Center. And Queen subway station. We did pass a number of other subway stations which I didn't really mention. We passed Union Station, subway station that is, and we also passed St. Patrick, Osgood.
Park on our corner.
And now here we are, back at Yonge and Queen. There seems to be a bit of a traffic situation here. But I'm going to wrap up the video in the same spot where we began. I hope you enjoyed the walk around the perimeter of the financial district, with a slight alteration on my part heading over to Victoria Street, and then continued to Wellington and then down Yonge to Front and along Front to University Avenue and back up to Queen, which took us over to Yonge. So leave a comment below if you enjoyed the walk. Be sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also be sure to hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.